What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another episode of ShookFocuz Digital. And today we got two dope articles to talk about. Before we get into it, I must let you know I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. But with that being said, I told y'all Stellar was part of the bear market roll call. And these two articles are about to help us start figuring out why. Let's get it. All right, so getting into article number one. Let me get a sip of this water. But getting into article number one. Ukraine government partners with Stellar XLM for CBDC project. Now, this article is from 2 years ago, right? Posted January 4th, 2021, written by Antonia Ayashai, I think is how you pronounce that. I always like to give credit to the writers, the journalists. But this is from 2 years ago. Right now, Stellar, remember I said was basically, it was in the top 7 bear market roll call video. I said it was basically an OG crypto at this point, and that's because of how much it is doing. So this is from 2 years ago, right? So, and it happened. So, and this was in Ukraine before the 2022 Ukraine situation. This was going on. So Stellar was already over there. So Ukraine government is looking to develop a central bank digital currency, or a CBDC, following a collaboration with the Stellar Development Foundation. Let's talk about it. Stellar is, I'm telling you, it's working with governments. Ukraine to develop CBDC on Stellar blockchain network. Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation has inked a memorandum of understanding with the SDF, that's the Stellar Development Foundation, for its CBDC project. The partnership will see the development of Ukraine's national digital currency on the Stellar blockchain network. So Ukraine was working on a national digital currency back in 2021, testing it with Stellar already. So speaking on the collaboration with Stellar, Alexander Bornyakov, I believe is how you pronounce that, the Digital Transformation and IT Deputy Minister, said, the Ministry of Digital Transformation is working on creating the legal environment for the development of virtual assets in Ukraine. We believe our cooperation with the Stellar Development Foundation will continue to develop the virtual asset industry and its integration into the global financial ecosystem. So, the Ministry of Digital Transformation. So, when I looked it up, something that I thought was interesting was that what actually came up was Trinidad and Tobago, which I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe is South America. And Ukraine is Europe. Right? So Stellar is operating in all over the globe. Let's see. Let me check that. Where is Trinidad? Trinidad and Tobago, North America. Let's see. Maps. Do we got maps? We got maps. Trinidad. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Trinidad and Tobago. So there is a Ministry of Digital Transformation in Trinidad, and maybe a different one in Ukraine. Let's see, that's Moscow. Well, yeah, don't film. Oh, it's right in my face. Ukraine. Oh, man. I was about to really question myself there. I guess you could say it's no, I think that's still considered Europe. Yeah, that's considered Europe. Yeah. So, anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, Stellar is, Stellar is operating everywhere. As previously reported by BTC Manager, Stellar revealed that it aimed to be the platform for governments globally to issue CBDCs. According to Stellar's founder, Jed McCaleb, the blockchain platform was already speaking to various governments and states that central banks willing to issue their national digital currencies should employ a permissionless network like Stellar. So basically, Stellar was already trying to talk to the governments like, hey, you need to use a permissionless network like us. Stellar also becomes one of the few public blockchain projects chosen by government authorities to develop a CBDC project. Back in September 2020, Societe Generale, I believe that's how you say that, tapped Tezos to carry out a CBDC pilot of the Bank of France digital currency experiment. An Ethereum developer, Consensus, is also running a cross-border CBDC pilot study for Hong Kong. So Tezos and Consensus are also doing that, but that the crowd is small. Competition is not many. More governments embrace CBDC. Ukraine becomes the latest country to join the CBDC bandwagon, although the country has been conducting CBD research since 2017. So they was already looking to it. Meanwhile, other countries continue to explore CBDCs, with some ahead of others. In late December, the governor of Turkey's central bank, so now we got Turkey, said that the country was hoping to begin the national digital currency pilot in the second half of 2021. On the other hand, a Russian central bank officially reportedly, said that CBDCs could in the future render SWIFT's banking payment system unnecessary. Other countries that commented on CBDC's potentials include Saudi Arabia, that old money, and the UAE, that old money. Meanwhile, China continues to be ahead of the CBDC race, with CBDC tests conducted in different cities. The city of Shenzhen conducted another digital yuan test after airdropping 3 million worth of digital yuan. The city's government earlier distributed 1.5 million worth of digital yuan to 50,000 lucky winners. 5 million worth of digital yuan to 50,000 lucky winners. And then another city, Suzhou, I believe, back in December, also carried out a CBDC trial following the airdrop of 3 million digital yuan to 100,000 winners. So Stellar is in small company, and governments are testing CBDCs on Stellar. And that was back in 2021. Is like testing was being done in Ukraine, and Ukraine wasn't first on the list, right? So Stellar is still building. Now let's go ahead and go to the second article, which I believe caps this off really nicely. All right, and it looks like we have reached our shameless plug moment. That's right, share your boy out, follow me. Hit me up on Twitter. Follow me at Twitter. That's the best spot to reach me. If you are into gaming, you can find me at ShookFocuz Gaming on YouTube or over on twitch.tv/ShookFocuz. I can be found on some other platforms. I'm on Facebook, but not as frequently. Also Instagram, but not as frequently. The next best bet is to probably catch me over on TikTok. If you're into growing your own food, home projects, gardening, and you want to watch me take that journey, find me over on TikTok. TikTok got a lot of stuff going on right now, so not sure how long that one's going to be active. I may end up having to move that content over to the website and thus rebuild the website. And speaking of the website, last but not least, if you want to show some support, you can slide on over to the website, pick yourself up a t-shirt or a hat, and of course you could always hit the Cash App. Much appreciated. Nicely. This one from Cointelegraph, written by Arjit Sarkar. I know I just said the same writer's name, in a recent video. I keep bumping into, so every time I keep bumping into this guy's articles on Cointelegraph. But rewinding 2022, a crypto roundup of the year and stepping into 2023. So we're not going to read this whole article. There's really just one section of it that I want to pull out, but I think it's important, especially when looking into this space. So while 2022 proved catastrophic for investors across traditional and crypto markets, the crypto ecosystem's potential has outshone inflation and centralized custody of assets. So I always like the images on Cointelegraph. They always go hard. But in this image, right, crypto has had a rough year and is probably about to have another rough year. But the coins are still cheering. They still smiling, right? This one even looks like it's winking. So that goes along with the theme, and I think I'm starting to figure out what the name of this video is going to be. But we're gonna get down to the bottom of this article here. And this is kind of what I wanted to get to. So some of it's a little fluff. I think they get a little technical in here. I'll try to skip over the stuff that's just technical that we don't really even care about. But setting the stage for a stronger foundation. Time after time, bear markets have taken the responsibility of weeding out bad actors and offering a chance for promising crypto projects to display their true value to investors beyond the price point. So that is talking about projects that are building and still doing what it is they set out to do beyond what the price of the project is. So the noise around price fluctuations could not stop the Bitcoin network from strengthening its core against 51% attacks. So that's a cyber attack. 51% attack is basically where one or a group of people who control like most of the hash rate decide to do harm with their control. So thanks to the widespread mining community, hash rate and network difficulty, two important computational power-based security metrics. See, that's what I'm talking about. Why they gotta be try to get all technical. This is why don't nobody want to read this. Bitcoiners felt reassured that the network was secured. The Bitcoin network consistently recorded new hash rate all-time highs throughout the year, ending with a high usage rate. I'll just say that. Meant this article with a holiday special trait. So we're going to get ready to wrap this. But other prominent players in the crypto ecosystem also released feature upgrades as they geared up for 2023. Polygon, which is a layer 2 scaling solution that runs alongside Ethereum. They launched a zero knowledge Ethereum VM, right, to reduce transaction costs. Decentralized finance aggregator 1inch, they launched the Fusion upgrade for cost-efficient, secure, profitable swaps for crypto investors, right? So building these projects are still building. So again, it's not financial advice, but paying attention to things that are building. El Salvador's legalization of Bitcoin did not go unnoticed, especially considering that the country's Bitcoin procurement from 2021 shared the same fate as other crypto investors. Regardless of losses, Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele, I don't know how to say that, doubled down on BTC as the government announced its intention to purchase the cryptocurrency daily from November 17th. That is hilarious. And let me say why. So El Salvador, basically, remember, they announced that Bitcoin was going to be legal tender, and they put all this money into Bitcoin, and now the Bitcoin price is dropping. And then the president announced and said that they're going to continue to buy daily. So they're DCAing. So El Salvador is DCAing into Bitcoin. We are buying 1 Bitcoin every day starting tomorrow. So that's what they said, November 16th. Confident. One of the immediate impacts of this move was a reduction in El Salvador's average buying price. A planned purchase of Bitcoin dips combined with a subsequent market recovery makes the country well positioned to offset the unrealized losses. So they didn't sell, right? So unrealized losses, you only realize a loss when you sell it. If you don't sell, you don't realize the loss. And if it goes up and you don't sell, you don't realize the gain. So that's what this is saying. And so by buying as it continues to go down, you're offsetting your loss because you now have more. So in the eventuality that said asset would go back up, you now would gain more than you would have before, so you've offset the potential loss. So in countries with high inflation, Bitcoin helped numerous individuals shield their wealth from the declining purchasing power of their fiat currencies. And this is probably the most important part right here. It says, expect a return of the hype. While 2023 will not be fortunate enough to witness the upcoming Bitcoin halving, it may play a crucial role in the crypto ecosystem's comeback. With aggressive blockchain upgrades, updated business strategies, and investors' attentiveness back on the menu, the ecosystem is now gearing up for the next wave of disruption. So it's saying, hey, people done, right? There's been hype, right? But people are now paying attention to projects that are actually doing stuff, right? Investors are changing up their strategies. People are heading into the projects that actually have value, right? For investors, 2023 will hopefully be a year of recovery from losses and broken trust towards self-custody and informed investments. Making it in crypto is no longer just about becoming an overnight millionaire. It's about creating, supporting, and preaching a fresh approach to the future of money. So what that's saying is the days of picking a lucky lottery ticket for the weekend are gone. Now it's about paying attention to what's really happening, what projects are actually doing things, and making solid investment decisions. That's what I'm getting out of this article. So, oh man, Stellar is one of those projects that I would say are doing things. Pay attention to what projects like Stellar are doing. What have they done since 2021 when they were testing in Ukraine? What have they done since then? And why is Why is El Salvador DCAing into Bitcoin? The country is DCAing into Bitcoin. Oh man, and with that, y'all, I think we're gonna title this video "Crypto is Fast but Slow." Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, don't get shook. Stay focused. I'm out.